full transcript of Biden's former business partner, Devon Archer's, just been released. And it confirms everything that Joe Biden and the media have been lying to you about. Archer testified not only did Joe Biden know about his son's foreign business, but Vice President Joe Biden sat at elegant dinners that lasted hours with his son's foreign clients, and he knew exactly who they were. According to Archer, Joe would enter the room and shake everybody's hand. They weren't going to him, Joe Biden was coming to them. One of these dinners, Archer says, was a birthday dinner at Cafe Milano in Georgetown in the spring of 2014. Now, we checked. Neither Joe, Hunter, or Archer have birthdays in the spring. So why was the vice president attending one of his son's dirty foreign clients' birthday dinners? Well, according to Archer, the guest list for the birthday dinner included Russian billionaires, friends of Putin, a Burisma executive, and a Kazakhstani businessman. One of them was a billionaire. And here's a picture of Joe Biden from the birthday dinner. The guy on the right of the picture is a former Kazakhstani intel chief who was charged with treason and sent to prison for 18 years. I wonder what Biden talked to him about. Probably just the weather. And when dinner wrapped up, the money came rolling in. Archer says after the birthday dinner, one of the Kazakhstanis wired Hunter $142,000. It was wired through a bank that was later shut down for helping North Korea buy ballistic missiles. On the wiring instructions from the dirty bank, the reason for the wire, the Kazakhstani wrote this: for car. Hunter took the $142,000 and wired it to a car dealership in Jersey, where he bought a brand new Porsche Panamera. See how this works? Hunter brings daddy to the dinner with clients and drives off in a Porsche. It's a birthday dinner, but Hunter gets the gift. And what father sees his son driving around in a brand new Porsche and doesn't ask, how'd you pay for it? But a bigger gift came later. A Russian billionaire, who was also at the birthday dinner with Joe, wired Hunter's company $3.5 million afterwards. And President Biden just happened to have left her off the sanctions list for the Ukraine war. Guess who also had dinner with Joe Biden? An executive from Burisma. You know, the energy company from Ukraine that paid Hunter millions of bucks. A company under investigation for corruption. A company Joe Biden said he had nothing to do with. Well, when Burisma was getting investigated by this Ukrainian prosecutor, Archer says they asked Hunter, can DC help? And Archer says Hunter called his dad, even though he knew it would set off some serious alarm bells for influence peddling. Archer went on to say Burisma would have gone out of business if it hadn't had the brand attached to it. And then he said the brand is Joe Biden. Archer says the Biden brand made people feel intimidated to mess with them legally. So a corrupt Ukrainian company was paying Hunter Biden millions of dollars so his father, the VP, could provide legal protection. That's what Trump got impeached for asking about. That right there. And now we know from the eyewitness insider testimony it's all true. And after reading the transcript, this whole excuse from Democrats like Goldman saying Joe was discussing the weather with clients was actually a joke. Archer said, well, not necessarily the weather, you know. It's quite obvious what we're talking about. So even the Democrats' lame cover stories are falling apart. Democrats also said Archer testified that Hunter wasn't selling access to Joe. He was selling the illusion of access to Joe. Well, Goldman lied about that too.
Dan Goldman said that Archer testified that it was the illusion of access to Joe Biden that Hunter Biden was offering to these clients. But in fact, when you look at the transcript, what you see is that that phrase, illusion of access, is in Dan Goldman's question. It's actually not what Devon Archer testified to. He says, yes, but that's not quite fair. This was about showing that there was the signal that there's influence and access here.
So this Biden scandal is playing out like the Russia hoax. Remember, the Democrats, the media, the fact checkers all tell you the same story, and then you see the evidence and find out it's a lie. This is a big psyop they're running on us all over again. An innocent man is being locked up so a corrupt politician can remain in power.